What's up, y'all? So on my last video, I noticed my camera's glitching. Like my mouse moving in a way that doesn't really match the audio. Kind of like you watching a fucking kung fu movie. I do apologize for the inconvenience, just some technical difficulties. I'm trying to work on better equipment, stuff like that, new camera, new phone, all this type of stuff. As you can see, I look tired as shit in my eyes because, hey y'all, happy 420. Ja, Rastafari. So, for those that don't know, 420 it's really just about basically celebrating weed, kind of, just appreciating the whole marijuana smoking culture, just the whole cannabis culture and all that stuff. How it started, basically 4 kids in California, and it was a high school called San Rafael High School. I think it was about 4 or 5 of them. They used to skip class around 420, all that stuff. And that's kind of just how it just sort of grew and just became popular over time. It's kind of phenomenal, really, how that works, just to show you how important subculture really is. But my main really point of making this video was really just to show how, smoking weed really can be a danger. You know what I mean? We all smoke weed. It's all good. You know what I mean? The smoking weed is okay. But if you got to smoke large amounts of marijuana every single day, like just to feel normal, then brother, you got a problem. You need to get some help. I mean, you can become addicted to weed. Maybe not really on a physical sense, but it is very, very mentally addictive to those that just don't have like really no control. So, before I get into that, I'm gonna just get into the whole like little quick brief history of marijuana, how it started. So we know how the whole 420 thing. Marijuana itself, cannabis, weed, ganja, herb, whatever you want to call it, it really started in Central Asia. So I don't know if they were like India or they were like Japanese, Chinese, Korean. I don't want to seem too like ignorant about it, but I do know it's in that region of Central Asia. There's no real specific region. It's just Central Asia. So you can be all of those different type of cultures, influence. But it's basically like way back in the day, just like thousands and thousands of years ago. It was pretty much documented that they used marijuana. I'm not sure if they was actually smoking it like we do now. They were using it for medicinal purposes. The effects of THC, the high, and all that stuff was already discovered back then. It just kind of sort of spread over to the West, like later on, after, Christopher Columbus and all the motherfuckers came and started fucking shit up. But like if you notice, you got a lot of like Jamaicans, like Rastafari people, saying people like Bob Marley, the one with the dreadlocks and the beards, and you know what I mean? Like my dad's a Rasta, you know what I'm saying? I grew up Rasta. But one of the biggest misconceptions is that smoking weed is some type of like pro-black or some type of like pan-African or Afrocentric thing. It's really not. It's really not like a pro-African thing. It really comes from, like I said, it came from Central Asia. The Sadhus who come from India, they have long hair that kind of look like dreadlocks. Well, yeah, I mean they are dreadlocks. They're long matted hair, and they got long beards, stuff like that. They're mostly vegetarian, mostly vegan, and they smoke herb. You know what I mean? They smoke plenty ganja. So Jamaicans. Not all Jamaicans smoke, not all Rastafari smoke, but Rastafaris got their culture from the Sadhus. Because, black people from all around the world have been spread it out. We all come from Africa. I don't give a fuck what you Hebrew Israelite niggas want to say. Black people come from Africa. All people have traced their roots from Africa, if you really want to be really technical and scientific about the evolution. But yeah, specifically black people, of course, it's obvious we come from the continent of Africa, whether we came over here by choice or whether we was forced through slavery. So you got Haitians, Jamaicans, Cubans, all these different type of dark-skinned people in all these different places, all came from Africa. So how did black people get to Jamaica? Duh, of course, white people bought them over there. They enslaved them, brought them to the island of Jamaica. There was also different people from different cultures, Indians, like sadhus. I don't know if they were there by choice for work or were they also being enslaved. But because we've been disconnected from the whole African culture so much, some of them really try to find their spirituality. That's why they see like the sadhus smoking herb and wearing the long locks and things like that. So that's really where that whole type of culture comes from. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them things. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's just pretty much just really what that is. The problem is though, it's just a lot of people smoking, man. Like we smoking too much fucking weed. That's just the problem. It's okay to smoke some herb every now and then, but man, boy, you got people like I don't trust all these dispensaries and a lot of this stuff. I don't like the way the whole 420 weed culture has became so popularized and so commercialized. You know what I mean? They have commercialized this whole thing that's really supposed to be a spiritual subculture. So that's really my whole thing. I'm making this video. You know what I mean? We talk about red pill shit here. We talk about, trying to like become better, especially, like for men. I mostly speak to men on this channel. I want all you young boys to grow up to be strong alpha men. You know what I mean? Instead of growing up little punks and shit like that, or trying to be little thug niggas out here in the streets. I want all of y'all to grow up to be real men. You know what I mean? And smoking too much weed, it just does not really fit with the whole being masculine. You know what I mean? Staying healthy. You know what I mean? Even though there's nothing really wrong with herb, it's not really bad for your health, but it's just it does not really enhance you being a man. Yes, it has medicinal purposes and all these other things, but it doesn't. You cannot tell me that seed is gonna increase your whole testosterone levels. You're not gonna tell me that smoking a bunch of weed is gonna make you active and want to go out to the gym and make you want to work out. You're not gonna tell me smoking a bunch of weed is gonna improve your sexual performance. You're not gonna tell me that, man. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, you can tell me that, but I'm not gonna believe this shit. Because it's obvious. You got those guys who just, they blow their whole paycheck on the fucking dispensary. They eat fast food, play video games all day, living with their mom in their basement, and just smoking weed, just all the time getting high. Dopamine. Weed creates dopamine in your mind. Dope is short for dopamine. That's where the word dope comes from. Dopamine. That's all, when you hear a nice song, like, yeah, man, hey, man, that beat's dope, man. Man, when you watch a good movie, hey, man, damn, man, that scene was pretty dope. It's dopamine. It's something that makes you feel good. It's a chemical in your brain that makes you feel rewarded, as if like something good is happening. Like when you eat food, or like if you're thirsty and you're dehydrated and you drink water, dopamine releases in your brain. When you smoke weed, that's what it does. It releases dopamine. Weed is designed to actually like kind of hack your brain to make you feel rewarded. So when you constantly filling up your mind with dopamine, you feel like you're doing something right, even though you're really not doing nothing at all. So that's why, weed, it really can be dangerous. Like I said, it's neutral. It's not a thing that's really bad for you, but if you let it take control over you, then it can be something really, really terrible. So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And withdrawals of dopamine. Like imagine if you ate chocolate and Reese cups and Snickers every single day. Not only will you be big and out of shape, and your blood pressure will be high and all this stuff, but you'll become addicted. Now imagine you eating those Twinkies and not strawberries, Twinkies and Reese cups and Snickers and all this shit every single day, and then all of a sudden you just stop. You know what I mean? Like you gonna feel like shit for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just what it is, man. So like if you smoke weed, keep it to a minimum, y'all. It's all good. Happy 420 and everything, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, just keep it to a minimum, y'all. You know what I mean? I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'll try to get better with these videos, more consistent, this and that. Try to stay on topic with what's going on in the world and on the appropriate days, like how I try to do right now. And remember, you know what I mean? I don't write this shit down. I don't rehearse these things. I just come out and do these, man. So, you know what I mean? I appreciate y'all witnessing my progress. Happy 420. Smoke up, but don't smoke too much. Peace.